What's up, guys? I am back. How y'all doing? I called it, man. I called it, guys. I called it. Just gotta let that be known. I called this. I came out there and I said this all was a work and I ain't believe it. And now we've seen the proof. And at this point, there is no denying that this is a work. So anybody who's out here claiming that this is still real and act like they don't know, they just in denial because they already made the wrong decision to begin with. So what happened was, because I'm finna talk about it all right here. I'm finna talk about how the proof that it's a work. I'm finna talk about what's been really going on with Mercedes and this Britt Baker and this Camille girl. And I'm also gonna throw in Mariah May and Toni just as a like more of a backup to what I'm saying. So what happened yesterday was after the match, Camille had a match, which is annoying because like I said, this is all to water down Mercedes. I said this was Britt Baker protection, and the fact that they would say, oh, she can come back all easily like that. But after the match, because I'm gonna get to that, then all of a sudden, oh, we have a message from Tony Khan, and Tony Khan says he's reversing your suspension, and then Mercedes is gonna say my people's got her suspended, which means it's a work. And what's also messed up is they kind of making this a racial thing too by like as saying like, oh, it's Swerve Strickland's cousin, so you just hate on him for no reason and think he really did this. When obviously this made no, I knew it was a work because how they been doing Mercedes ever since Mercedes has been getting watered down. Ever since that Camille girl came around, it's just proof they don't really want Mercedes doing anything. Okay. Mariah May and them, look how they getting matches and doing stuff. Look how they can constantly build they feud up. But Mercedes don't work no more and Camille does everything. We literally had to sit there and watch a boring 2-on-1 match with Camille. And then Mercedes just comes out and just talks, but she's not working. She's not getting any ring time. And then her rival gets suspended over some goofy, some of the goofiest stuff I ever heard. This is why I don't understand why people believe this. Like, this was literally some of the goofiest stuff I've ever heard when it comes to people getting suspended or fined. And then Tony Khan basically raised it. And then you see Britt Baker coming on and she talks smack. And then you got people out here like, oh, she bodied Mercedes. Like, Mercedes is not getting anything. What do y'all not understand about this? What do y'all not understand? That's why Britt is gone because Mercedes is with Camille. They're using Camille as boost. They're boosting Camille more than they're boosting Mercedes. And Britt, they're keeping on the sideline so she can still stay relevant and not get hurt or beat up to get embarrassed. And then she can come and fight Mercedes. Shit, remember Britt Baker was actually world champion before, just like in this picture. Mercedes has not been to that point yet. She hasn't gotten there and probably never will get there from how they're be doing her now. The way they're doing Mercedes is exactly how they did Willow with Chris Statlander. Put Chris Statlander next to Willow, make it seem like they cool, and then what Statlander turns on her. And as you can see today, now Statlander is getting all the wins and getting everything over Willow. Willow lost her last 2 matches in a row. And the same thing gonna happen with this. Notice how Camille is being built up like she's just some super strong woman. So she could beat 2 girls at once. So it's making Mercedes look weak. This was all the fact that this information, like if this was real stuff, none of this information will get leaked and come out. They be leaking this information because they want you to be absorbed in backstage drama for views because drama sells, drama sells. And this proves it. What happened on Dynamite yesterday is proof. If this was really real and Britt really got suspended, ain't no way in the world Mercedes gonna come out there and say, "Oh, I did it," and then Tony Khan gonna reverse it instantly, which proves that it never really happened. That's proof right there, and the fact you do it on live TV is proof that it was never real, and proof that it was all staged. It's proof. You don't get no more proof than that. If this was real, they would have. This would information wouldn't even came out. That's what people don't understand. It's like, come on now. Now Britt again protected. What they gonna do? Now Britt is back, but I seriously don't think anything is gonna happen to her. They ain't gonna make them really battle it out or fight it out or do nothing. Remember, Mercedes was the one that was running away from Britt. You the champion and you're running from Britt. Like they're booking Mercedes weak At this point, Mercedes is clearly just getting used for her name value. That's all what it is. Because if you really, and then they gave her TBS, they made sure she couldn't go for no big title, and now you're going against Britt. Man, it's a strong chance Mercedes could lose this one. I mean, they're not really building her. Again, everything is going to Camille. If this so-called suspension didn't happen, then Britt would have had to deal with her and Camille, and that would have really broken her character. Because you see, they building Camille up like a monster. So you see what they're doing. They're using Mercedes to build Camille and to also build Britt, but keep her more safe until the match come and keeping Britt relevant. The fact that Britt is in a beef with Mercedes keeps her relevant. Remember, she just came back. So let's use Mercedes to make Britt relevant. Because let's be honest, if Britt came back and just started beating up a lot of these female jobbers here, nobody wouldn't really care, you know? So that's proof right there that it was all a work, and I was right from the beginning. And I'm very happy that video got over 1,000 views, because it just shows I was on point. I was on point before. That's why I couldn't wait till Wednesday. Honestly, I couldn't wait. I'm like, man, I'm just waiting. I was even watching MJF. I'm like, is MJF gonna mention this? You know, I'm watching her. I'm like, is he gonna talk about this? Nah, MJF didn't even mention it, but Mercedes did. Mercedes did. And then you see Britt on the big screen because you knew that this was a work. How you gonna say it's gone now? Then she's there. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. And then you got to also think about it. Right now, they're trying to make Toni Storm, Mariah May the best feud. That's another thing that people got to think about. During this feud, what a coincidence, Toni Storm and Mariah May got a feud going on at the same time. And it's a new feud that just started. And you clear as day see them more, and they do more with them. Toni Storm getting matches, Mariah May getting matches, and they constantly are running up on each other and trying to fight each other. That's how you build a feud. Even though I got a short coming about that, so check my short outs, because I got a short coming up about Mariah May and Toni that y'all gotta see. So be on the lookout for that. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, they don't want this Mercedes Britt feud to outshine the Toni Mariah feud. And you can clearly tell because they're giving them less TV time, and they're not really having them really, the beginning of the feud was the best part. Like, the very beginning of Mercedes Britt was the best, and then that was it. Then it was just boom, here come Camille, boom, she's suspended, or you're running from her. See what I'm saying? Oh, but guess what? She's suspended in this, but she still comes back to fight you at this pay-per-view, so we don't have to keep this feud because we don't want to outshine Toni Storm and Mariah May, who you literally keep seeing. You see one of them every Wednesday, every Saturday. Man, Mercedes don't even be on Saturdays. They don't be on Collision. They was just on the last Collision. They be on every Dynamite, and they're both getting matches. Toni Storm gets matches. Mariah May gets matches, and her matches be long and drawn out, and they give it to them. Meanwhile, Mercedes get nothing. So next thing you know, you might see Britt Baker getting a match. Next thing you know. Meanwhile, Mercedes is just a mouthpiece for Camille. This and the fact that nothing happened for Camille to get there, just Camille just boom magically on her team, magically getting. You see now it's about Camille. Every week we watch Camille wrestle. Like, I'm tired of this Camille chick, especially knowing she's just gonna turn on Mercedes. Ain't no, for a fact, and I'll put it like this: if Mercedes does beat Britt, then no, Camille is turning right on her soon. Shoot, Camille might turn on her just so Britt can win. And then instead of Mercedes going back and trying to get a rematch against Britt, then it'll be a new feud between her and Camille for no titles. That's what it's starting to look like. That's why this whole thing happened. And it's, again, I don't know why people are saying this is real. Again, a lot of people are biased, and they let their feelings become before their logic. Like, use your logic. Use this. Like, come on. This is what AEW do. AEW is known for starting backstage drama just to get you to watch. And it may not even be real or not. I mean, this is sports entertainment. Can we really believe anything they do? This is sports entertainment. They can literally do whatever and tell you it's real. That's what it's made about. Like I just don't, like, come on now. And the fact you didn't see it just randomly happen, like, nah, man. Mercedes getting milked. Tony Storm and Mariah acting like this the best feud in the world, actually giving them all the play. Having Britt Baker complain about MJF long match, which made no damn sense at all. That was just some bullshit to make you think that, oh, she was mad because these dudes had a long match. That's just little cliche, stereotypical feministic type shit that they're throwing out there because they know people gonna catch on to it because they be thinking certain type of ways about certain. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of these IWC fans don't like the women anyways, like, right? Like, a lot of them just don't like the women's wrestling or the wrestlers in general. A lot of these YouTube podcasters be talking down about the women's wrestling. So this is just an easy way to talk down while not paying attention what's going on with Mercedes, because again, you don't really care about women, really, you know. Not me. I'm a fan of wrestling in general. I like what the men do and I like what the women do. I mean, yeah, what's going on with the women could be better. Don't get me wrong, but a lot of shit that what the men could be doing is better. But I like, basically what I'm trying to say is I like to watch both. I like to watch the men wrestle. I like to watch the women wrestle. Hey, I just like wrestling, period. You know, I'm not biased. I'm not going to hate on these women because they're women. No. But if it's something odd or wrong, yeah, I'm gonna call it out, man or woman, I'm gonna call it out, just like I called this out. And then me being proven right just puts a big smile on my face. So I hope y'all got one too. Hit that like button, guys. Keep this going. Much love to y'all, and now I'll be back. And yeah, be on the lookout for that short.